what's up, Candy Ken? What's up, Baby J? How's it going?
Not today.
Candy Ken and Baby J.
It's Candy Ken.
Welcome to the Candy Ken Show.
All right, everybody. We are back with another podcast. It's Candy Ken.
And Baby J. Hello, hello, hello. We're so excited to be back here, guys.
We are so excited. Welcome to the Candy Ken Show, the only show where you will hear the truth and you will go home with some nice knowledge.
You will go home and reevaluate your life.
Yes, you will go home and you'll be like, yo, maybe I am better than this. I'm not living up to my potential. I need to be better, stronger, smarter, more educated. And maybe it's time to find my loved one and make a family.
And make a baby.
Yeah, we're super pro family, pro babies. We think there's not enough babies in the world.
Yeah.
And you need to go after your dreams and you need to just be stronger, especially for all the guys watching. I hope you're working out. I hope you're in the gym. I hope you're grinding because you only have one body and you got to put it to work because what else are you going to do?
Yep. And remember, we have the same 24 hours as J-Lo, I don't know, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, everyone. So there's no excuses. You can make it happen. Yeah, and we're just here to motivate you guys, lift you up. And if we can do it, you can do it too.
And as a man, you just like, what do you feel about like a scrawny little guy? Do you feel safe?
Well, if I'm being honest, I feel like I've always been attracted to like big guys. I think like obviously that's the number one reason why I liked you, because when I saw you, like your shoulders and like your upper body was just like so big, and I was like, dang, like he's definitely a good cuddler. And I don't know, I feel like, yeah, like, you know, I want a good like cuddler, and like I want to know like if something happens, like you got us. So ladies, you tell me, do you want a man with muscles or do you want a noodle boy? Noodle boy versus muscle guy. Let me know right now in the comments below. Chase Hudson, little Hootie. Wait, what did we used to call him? Little noodle. Little noodle or
Bradley Martin.
Or Bradley Martin.
Yo.
Oh, come on. I think you look better than Bradley Martin, but okay.
He looks pretty good, but man, if he would put on some muscles and would look like Vin Chase.
Vin Chase and Diesel?
Vinny Hacker.
Ooh, Vinny Hacker.
He is like a good, like he works out. He's not huge, but
he looks good, but he could be a little bigger, I feel like. Yeah.
He can definitely eat some protein.
That's funny.
And to dial it back, like I know everybody in the comments is gonna be like, "Oh my God, you guys are body shaming."
I know.
Shame.
We're not.
But come on, if an athlete tells you so much about the personality of somebody, it means you're dedicated. You control what you put in your mouth. And you wake up early and you're on it and you're just focused and you're not lazy and a slug.
And I think, okay, right now we're obviously talking about the physical part of working out and all that stuff, but that's like the secondary effect, right? Like,
yeah.
Like you don't work out because you look good. I mean, obviously, yes, kind of, but it's mostly has to do with how it makes you feel mentally, how it makes your body feel, the energy it gives you. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we fight with Kent's brother because he'll tell us like, you know, like I conserve my energy like all day. Like the less I do, the better I feel. Isn't that what he said to us?
What the fuck? Yo, the less you do, the more tired you get. And if you spend all day on a couch, bro, you feel like shit at night and you can't even sleep.
Actually, I do feel that because like, well, you know, like when you're sick and you just like do nothing and you're just in bed, you feel the worst, literally the worst. Like,
literally.
And I've had to like stop myself from doing this because you just like everything, your mind controls everything. So if you tell yourself you're rich, you will be rich. If you tell yourself you're healthy, you will be healthy. If you tell yourself positive words, it's definitely like it works. It really works. Manifestation. Yeah, like Jeremy said.
He said, I'm the number one.
I'm the number one. You will be the number one. You are the number one. Like there's no like if, ands, or buts. Like this is who you are. This is what you want to be. And manifestation is real. Energy is real. I am a huge believer in energy. I'm actually probably one of the most sensitive people to energy. Like, I don't know if anyone out there has this problem, but I'm like super sensitive to energy. Like sometimes when I meet up with people, their energy is just like too much or like they sucked my energy. And I literally have to like rest for like 2 days because it just like takes so much out of me. You don't have this problem. He's lucky. He's just like, whatever. And your energy is whatever.
I mean,
But-
my energy is so strong, but you're a female.
Yeah. And I'm just like,
You're also very connected.
yeah, I'm very connected. I see and feel like,
No, and you can read people.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
cannot.
saying.
I
I
cannot
can-
read people.
yeah, I can read people very well. I can feel and read their intentions. And that's why it's so draining for me because it's almost as like I know what they're thinking or yeah, I do. I know what they're thinking and their intentions. And that makes it like really scary sometimes. It's like I love it and I hate it sometimes because it affects me a lot. But also it's like a really cool thing because, you know, I got our backs sometimes when he's like, oh, no, it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Yo, she always got my back.
And I always know too. And sometimes I've like told him like, we can't do this, like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no. And then after I'm like,
Yeah, because I'm like a yes sayer. I love saying yes to everything. I never say no. I always wanted to do everything, no excuses. But you already know. And then afterwards, I'm like, shit, you already know.
I know.
You already know it was no good.
Yeah.
And you already know the person was no good. And I don't know, maybe you guys leave it in the comments, but Baby J is a strong believer that there are energy suckers out there
Yeah.
that they will literally suck you dry from your energy. And then there's also energy givers and they will lift you up and you will like fucking burn together.
And everybody just like explodes off each other energy. I really love that. Yeah.
And I think everybody can agree that like there's people that really, when you spend time with them, you become a better you and you uplift them as well. And then there's people where you just feel terrible after.
Yeah. And you need to surround yourself with people who lift you up, who make you feel good, who motivate you, even if that's like not your family, you know? A lot of the time we catch ourselves just like talking about our family, and so much of this just completely drains us. And, you know, sometimes you have to say no and you have to cut off people that are no good for you and are not helping you strive for a better you and just disturb your peace, you know, even if sadly sometimes it's family, which is like, it's a really hard thing to do because we have such a connection with them, right? I mean, they're our family, whoever it may be, you know? And I think that's one of the hardest things to do in life, honestly. Like that's so hard because you don't, you know, like want to do it, but also like, it just makes you feel so bad all the time, like all the time. And you just have to make that decision to be like, I choose me, you know, like today, choose yourself, choose your well-being, choose your health, choose your mental state, your mental well-being. And I think, you know, that's the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your future.
It's literally the only thing because family is very dangerous because they manipulate you so much and there's so much influence on you that you have to be very careful that they don't fuck up your dreams because it's always the parents that will hold you from your potential, or a sibling or somebody that is a naysayer, and they will tell you, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And I remember every time I have success, I show it to my family and it's just like whatever. And that will eventually, you'll have to distance yourself to save yourself because sometimes that's the only way.
I know that's what I mean. I mean, somehow it's like such a fucked up cycle because you're always looking for like approval.
Yep.
Because you want that feeling. I mean, like, especially like with siblings, it's even harder. If you guys have siblings, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I was an only child for a really long time. But I do have a brother and a sister, but we were separated when I was like 1 year old. So I technically have only met them like 2-3 times in my whole life. I dreamed about having, siblings. I do remember my sister used to take care of me when I was a baby in Ecuador. We had so many great times together, and I see photos of us. I remember us like dancing together, and I used to always tell her that like I was gonna be famous and that she will, come to America. And I'll tell you the story that is like the craziest story. I've never said this or told anyone. So when you go to like get a visa or like get your papers or whatever, it was my mom, my sister, my brother, and me. I was like probably like I was one or something. And so we all went to go, get our visas or apply, to be able to come to America. And I was the youngest one, of course. My brother and sister were already like older. I really don't know how old they were, but they were just much older. And we get to like the consulate, and I just remember the guy saying like, okay, yeah, your little one can go and you, but not like the two big kids. And he was like, yeah, you have to tell me yes or no right now, or it's no for everybody and you guys can leave. So my mom had to make a decision, like, it's either me and baby Jay go or we lose it all. And I feel like me personally, obviously I was still so young, but like I can't imagine like how my siblings felt and my mom, like she had to like make the decision to like go to America or like and leave my siblings and stuff. And it was just like the craziest story ever. I think I asked my sister about it when I like first saw her after really, really, really after years and years and years. And she told me that like it was so crazy and that she literally remembers like saying bye to me. Like she like cried so much. I think I hid my passport. I even like hid my passport because I was like so sad. I didn't want to leave them, And yeah, that's how we got separated. My mom, made the best choice for us, which obviously I'm glad she made that choice because otherwise I wouldn't be here right now. So my mom and me, came to America first, and my brother and sister stayed with their dad for years. I mean, like 30 years. My brother and sister are like 30 something, I believe. And I never like saw them again because obviously it took me a really long time to be able to get all my situation and be able to go to Ecuador and see them again. So I didn't see them until I was probably like just like so much older. I don't know, like probably like 18 almost when I like saw my sister and brother again. And it was like the craziest thing because I always, I had like a brother and sister and we like would talk through WhatsApp and stuff, but I like never like hung out with them really.
I mean, these internet relationships are the worst.
And that's the worst because it's like all this like small conversations and it's like so much miscommunication, especially when you don't speak the same language. I feel like my Spanish is pretty good, but it's not like good enough where I can have like a deep conversation in Spanish. So it's really broken with my siblings and family from Ecuador, of course. So just the connection is just really off. And it's really sad because, I dreamed about having my sister here for so long. I dreamed of it of like literally like 20 years, my whole life. I was like, oh my God, like my sister's going to come to America. Like one day we're going to like live together and I'm going to like, chase my dreams with her. Lucky enough, we're super blessed. My sister did finally make it to America after so many years. But it's crazy now that she is in America. We're not even as close as I expected. Obviously, she is in Connecticut, and I'm in Los Angeles, and she has kids. So it's just so difficult, and it's really sad because I've always wanted to have siblings, and I see like people who have siblings and it's like so cool. But obviously it's also really hard to have a sibling.
Yeah, I think we all want the perfect family and everything to be just like happy, and it never is.
Yeah.
And everybody can pretend only for that long and be nice for a little bit, and then it clashes, and there's a lot of personalities, especially in a family, because you don't choose your family. You're born in your family, so you gotta like kind of like just deal with it. And
Yeah.
most of the times there's a huge generational gap, and there's a huge like people just want to do different things, and you just have nothing in common. And then when they live, so my family, for everybody that doesn't know, is in Austria. Baby J's family is in Connecticut, and then half of the other family is in Ecuador. So
Yeah.
it's a lot of internet talk, and you get to lose the essence of the person because you guys are just living apart, and before you know it, you don't even know each other anymore.
Yeah, you really don't. And then everyone is like jealous of each other, especially now. I feel like it's even worse now that we have a baby because everyone just the grandparents want to be or they have an idea of being with the baby, and then my family is only like 5 hours away, so they like my mom comes very often. Whenever she is off, she runs because she obviously loves her grandchild. And then for Ken's family, you know, they're 12 hours away, so it's not like, oh, I can come for the weekend. You know, it's like they would come for like a month or two because it's so freaking far. Like, it's insanely far. Like, it's just insanely far. So then it's never fair between the families. And then Ken and I are always stuck in this position of like,
Making
I don't
people
know.
happy.
Yeah, making people happy.
Trying to make people happy, and it doesn't
and
work.
trying to make the family happy, and it never works because
The
they're
thing is-
never happy. I mean, I feel like we could literally do everything and it still wouldn't work. And like you guys know, I am Hispanic, I'm Latina. Ken is Austrian, European. So it's a really different culture. I mean, if you're Latina, you know how you are. I don't know. Europeans are also different. So it's like it's a huge difference. And it's crazy.
It's a huge difference, and that's why people don't marry people from other countries, and that's why people.
That's why people don't have kids for that long, because I feel like you would think about this like before you have a kid. You know, people are like, okay, let's move near my parents. Let's meet the parents first. I never met your parents. You never. Actually, he didn't meet my mom, but we weren't even dating then because we were just like shooting TikToks. So my mom has always been. She's Latina, so she will come here like whenever. she's very a go-getter, and she's like, I'll get on a plane and go see my daughter. So yeah, but other than that, we didn't think about like the families before, you know, we had kids. Yeah.
But nevertheless, we don't regret it at all, and I think it's really cool, and I think not enough people do it. They are stuck in their hometown.
Yeah.
They're stuck wherever they are, and they need to get out and leave their hometown and leave their parents' home and go get your dreams and live big and stop limiting yourself, and really not like how we did it, like not think at all about like think about yourself.
Stop making your parents happy. Chase your fucking dreams. If you want to make an OnlyFans, make an OnlyFans. If you want to move away from home, move away from home. Just chase your dreams. It's like the toxic in the family is like, it's real. And like the guilt that you feel as like a child is real, because like I you know, you don't want to like, you're scared. Like you don't want to leave your mom, you know, like she was there your whole freaking life. And then one day you just like leave her, you know, like I think about it all the time, like how will I feel. One day I was like, okay, you know, peace, mom. But I mean, sadly, you know, it's the truth. You know, you don't have kids to like have them be with you your whole life. You have them so they can grow and be a butterfly.
Yeah, and they didn't have a choice. They didn't choose to be born, so they should be able to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
And I always do what I want to do, and that's why I'm on the other side of the world.
Yeah. You're really
And
good at this.
yeah,
I'm like,
it is what it is.
I always feel like guilty and stuff.
Yeah, no, I think I'm more sad that they didn't do this and didn't have the opportunity that we
Yeah.
have these days with the internet,
Yeah.
with being able to work online and doing podcasts. And I think the greatest thing is to sit down with people and have a talk in person. That's why this podcast is so great, because it's so different than talking to somebody online.
It's so different.
Yeah, you really get their vibe, their energy, what
Their
they're
energy,
about.
and you like really feed off of them and just like get to see like who they are in person. I mean, I think that's super, super cool, which is why we're so excited to have this podcast, which is why we're so excited that you are here. So if you're listening, thank you so much for being here. Share this podcast with your mom, with your friends, with your grandma, with your dog, with everyone. Let's make this the #1 podcast on Spotify.
And it is the #1 podcast if we want it to be, you know, because you gotta go for the #1, and you gotta believe in yourself. And this is your signal to start believing in yourself and stop any kind of limitation, because you put so much stuff, and you always like, if you tell yourself like you can't do this, you can't do that, actually you can. And you can start today, because today is the only way you can get this going. If you start now, don't wait for the perfect moment or for somebody to help you. You gotta go for it right now, you know. And I think the gym helped me just in every way, because it taught me discipline. It teaches you that everybody sucks that goes to the gym for the first time. There is talent, but like you just gotta put in the work, and hard work will always outwork talent. And if you put in the work, you'll be better than anybody. And if you show up every morning, you'll see results. I've never seen anybody that regrets going to the gym or is like, oh my God, it's not for me, after really putting in the work for years and months and really bettering yourself and seeing what that does to your like mental strength. So mental strength is physical strength, and you got to have a strong mind to have a strong body, and you got to just put in the work. And I need you to put in more work, because I don't think you're putting in enough work. There's way too many people out there that are not doing anything for themselves. And I think it's important to put yourself first for once and go to the gym or go swimming or hiking or whatever it is. You don't need to do CrossFit. You know how I do, but you got to get it done and make your mind stronger to succeed, because otherwise, if anything happens, you're gonna be miserable. If there's any sort of adversity and you don't know how to deal with that, and you've never overcome anything, and you don't believe in yourself, it will destroy you. You will end up in depression. You will be anxious. I mean, what the fuck? Like, I don't believe in this. If you have a strong mind, there is no such thing as depression or anxiety, because that is only for the weak mind. If you control your mind, you will not allow it to be weak, and you'll never go to that place. You know, every time I doubt myself, every time I'm like, oh my God, the podcast is not doing so well, or I upload a TikTok and it's not hitting the numbers that I want, I'm like, I remind myself of why I do this, why I love doing this, and that I'm unstoppable, and I'm always going to be #1.
Yeah, exactly. And also, if you are a youngin listening to this podcast, I think it's really important to remember that there's no pressure also a little bit. It's okay to go at your speed. I feel like a lot of the time you also could like, see other people, just everything moves so fast, and you're like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, what the heck? And I think the most important thing is to also focus first, like, on a strong mind before you can focus on making a lot of money or whatever it may be. And this is not only like for social media, like if your parents want you to go to school, but you want to go be a chef, like, do it. That's what really we're trying to say here, that like, you don't have to be in social media or be a creator. I think it's more about following what your heart says and following your instincts. I know a lot of the time we have this feeling inside of us that's like, we want to do this or that. And we have people surrounding us, or maybe even our parents telling us, no, like, you should do this, you should do that, you should do that. And then at the end of the day, you sit in your room and you're like, fuck, like, I don't even know what I want to do anymore. And you're just fucking stuck. And I was there too. I was, at home in Connecticut. I was working at the bank. I was working 2 jobs. And I just felt like so fucking empty. And I got the bank job because my mom thought it was good and like it was going to have like great benefits, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't living up to what I wanted to do, you know? And then for the first year that I lived in LA, I made no money, but that was okay because I gained like so much experience. I went to acting school. I met so many people, and that's like what life is all about, just experiencing and getting out of your comfort zone, moving out of your parents' house. It's even though it's like so hard, you know, I rented a room, I saved up my money, and I went for it and I experienced life. And I feel like that's like a first big step. That's like the first big step to like leave and live on your own and just follow your gut.
You cannot find yourself with your parents or at home because they put so much pressure and influence on you that you will never find yourself, and you will always be not you. And you know that if you're living with your parents, or if you're still at home or in your hometown or whatever, you know you're not yourself. You cannot be yourself, and you're not allowed to be yourself, because every time you step out of that persona that you've been creating with all your like stupid friends and your stupid parents, everybody's like, oh no, that's not you. Yeah. Stop doing that. Like, oh my God, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And I know you're scared. I know you're afraid. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
Everybody's scared. Everybody doubts themselves. Nobody walks into the gym for the first time and is like, yeah, I'm the man. I got this. Like, no, we're all scared and we're all weak, and we have to daily discipline ourselves to be better, be stronger, and be a little tough on ourselves. And I like what you said. Of course, if you put so much pressure that it holds you even back from doing anything, that might be too much pressure.
Yeah, too much pressure. Mm-hmm.
Because it's not too late. No matter how old you are, if you're listening to this, it's not too late.
It's not too late
to change your life completely and be the person that you always wanted to be. And if that means be fitter, work on losing your belly, waking up more early, making more money, finding the love of your dreams, or being really good at the job you're doing already.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a celebrity. That's not for everybody.
Exactly.
But I'm sure that you can be better in whatever you're doing at this time. And you're just not. I know you're not. I know you're scrolling on your stupid phone. I know you're on TikTok for 4 hours. Look at your time that you spend on your phone.
Yeah, this is a good one, actually. Go on your phone right now. Go to settings. Right? You go to settings. What else? You go
screen time.
Screen time.
Yeah, go to the apps.
That's messed up.
And let that like sink in of how much time you're wasting on social media. And you could have like, I don't know, had an interesting conversation or done anything better than scrolling on your stupid phone.
Yeah, I know. I mean, even a lot of the time, I know nowadays most people like work on the phone, so it's kind of like annoying. But you still like, you go out to restaurants and a lot of the people aren't even talking. I mean, they're on.
Nobody.
Like, they're like this.
Everybody's like that.
Everyone is on their phones. Couples are on the phones. Families are on the phones.
All the kids.
All the kids are on their phones. And
everybody's miserable.
Yeah, it's a very like freaked up cycle.
No, and it's constant comparison. Social media makes you sick because everybody's better than you. You look at this shit and everybody's richer, everybody's having a better day, goes on vacations more, and just has a better family, and everything's better.
Yeah, so it's
Their
important.
clothes is better, everything is better.
Yeah, it's important to set boundaries. I know for us, actually I've gotten like way better at my phone. Luckily, Ken, you know, takes care of all of our social media, to be honest, because it is a lot for me. And I love being a mom, and I want to focus on my son's like well-being and stuff. So I really try to focus, like I do what I have to do on my phone, like work-wise, and then it's done. And, you know, we try to get off our phones, like, you know, at dinner, have dinner, not be on our phones anymore, and then go to bed not being on your phone. That's also important for your sleep.
Oh my God.
And remember, everything we're saying is not only to like be famous and be rich. Like, this is just to like be healthy. Like, sleep is the number one like killer. If you don't sleep enough, bro, your body will fucking shut down. Like, everything will just shut down. Like, so these are just like little things that have worked for us to live like a healthy life, you know. Thank God up to now, you know, we also I also would advise go to your get physicals daily. I mean, when I met Ken, he like never even got like a physical. So I
Daily.
I mean, not daily, but get your yearly physical if you're a woman.
Do some blood work.
Do some blood work. Get checkouts. It's so quick. It's so easy to get distracted and like, oh my God, I want to like be working all the time, 24/7. But like, no, like go to the doctor, go to the dentist. Because all of this is important for just like your well-being and your body. And you only have one body, and once it's done, it's done. And like take care of it. Enjoy every moment on earth because time is so freaking limited.
Life is short.
Life is
And
so short.
They don't want you to be healthy too.
Yeah.
If you listen to social media or to the news, they literally locked us up at home for fucking I don't know how long, over like a year. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't want you to go outside. There's nothing more dangerous for a society than to have like straight up athletes running around because everybody's gonna think on their own and do their own thing. So you gotta be very careful. Athletes run this world. When there's a fire or somebody's getting robbed, who do you call? Fucking athletes. The SWAT team, that's athletes.
Yeah.
Military, athletes. Firemen, athletes. These are disciplined, strong men that will save the day, and we all need them. And why don't you become one listening to this? And you'll see, I've never met somebody who goes out in the sun, works out every day, drinks enough water, educates themselves, and then has a headache and is miserable on their couch. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
Make a difference. And also talking about this, I think it's probably time we bring up. I know a lot of you have been asking me to talk about this on the podcast.
What's that?
Bell's palsy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So earlier this year...
Wait, before we keep going, I just want to make sure my camera is still on. Oh, okay.
It's still on.
Okay.
You're on. Everybody's watching you.
Okay.
Everybody's watching you.
Okay. Okay, this is a sensitive topic. No, just kidding.
No, I think awareness is key.
Yeah. Awareness is key. And I chose to have a platform to not only show the beautiful, amazing parts, but also the real parts.
Yeah. Only real shit, actually.
Yeah. So, okay. Should I just start?
Yeah, start.
Okay. So, I just woke up one morning. It was actually the morning of our flight to Japan. And I felt like this weird tingling sensation on the left side of my face. And I thought I slept wrong. Like, you know, like when you like sleep on your face and like kind of gets numb or something. But I couldn't smile. I like when I would smile.
On one side.
On one side.
One side didn't smile. The other side smiled. So just one side, all the muscles are like done.
Done. And they weren't working. I mean, I couldn't scrunch my nose. I couldn't lift up my eyebrows. I couldn't smile. And
there was no time because we were boarding and had to get on the flight to Tokyo. So you just hopped on that flight with half of the face working. And after a couple Google searches, we found out you have Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
Which is not to be confused with what Justin Bieber had.
Yeah. Justin Bieber had what is it?
Huntington syndrome? No.
Hunt syndrome, which is a little different, but the same thing. Half of your face gets paralyzed due to stress. The main thing is stress, lack of sleep. And it can pretty much happen to anyone, can pretty much happen anywhere, anytime. And it can be permanent. It can last up to like 9 months. And there's not really like a cure. So let me just tell you how I felt. I was freaking out, but we were just about to go to Japan and I was like, what am I going to do? And like I said, I was like trying to convince myself that I just like slept on my face wrong because to be honest, like 2 days before I was freaking out. I mean, I don't even take a flight to New York. So a 12-hour flight, it was like 12 hours, right? A 12-hour flight was kind of freaking me out. So I hadn't slept well, and I will be honest, there was like I was really overwhelmed for a couple weeks. just because like work stuff. And I was really overwhelmed. And then when we got to Japan, the next morning, it was really bad, like really bad. Like I don't, you can't pull it up, right? On the
I can pull it up.
Okay. Well, we'll pull it up for you here. I posted a ton of TikToks about it too. But it was really bad. At this point, the whole left side of my face was completely paralyzed. I could not move it. And it was actually really painful. It actually felt like I got punched. Like the whole side was like super sore. And not only that, the worst part for me was my tongue. I lost taste in my tongue, which up until today, I still haven't gotten it back. I'm really like blessed and thankful that my face has gotten back to normal and I'm able to smile again. The doctors say that it's honestly a miracle because like we were saying, it is like permanent sometimes, and it can last like 6 months, 9 months to recover because it's your nerves, right? So these nerves just like stop working.
All right. But what about what it made you think about life? I think that's where it really gets interesting.
Yeah.
First of all, a lot of people have this, and the more we posted about it, the more we found out that a lot of people have this and don't talk about it and don't put it on social media.
Yeah, I honestly didn't want to, but Ken was like, just post it, like maybe you can help people. And I was like, okay. I actually regretted it a lot, the first post I did, because like people were saying like that I was faking it. And it was just
because
like,
some were filmed with front camera and some back camera. So
yeah, and so when you posted it like mirrored and it would switch. So they were like all confused.
You made it up.
And I was already like, bro, like my face is paralyzed. I was freaking out. But I just like, I really started to think like, wow, like, you know, like one day after another, my face is paralyzed and that's it. Like maybe I cannot like smile ever again. And actually my smile is like my favorite thing about myself. So I was really sad. And also literally my whole career is based on my face. So like, what a coincidence, you know? But I really like had to just like pray and, you know, ask God, like, you know, whatever he decides that, you know, I will accept it. And I have my legs and everything. And, you know, I just really had to think about how blessed I am to just be alive and to have everything that I have now. But it really did make me think a lot about, you know, like the people that I'm surrounded by. I was really overwhelmed by some people that ended up messaging me and just like really concerned for me. And then also I was like really hurt because a lot of the people that I thought were my friends, a lot of the people that I thought were on my team, you know, didn't reach out to me, or maybe they even thought it was fake. I don't know, whatever. But still, it was really hurtful to know that, you know, if you are not viral, if you are not hot shit, if you are not on top of it, nobody gives a fuck about you. And you know what? You can be replaced at any given moment. And if your face is paralyzed or not, nobody gives a fuck about you. And they won't check up on you. And if you're not doing something for them, then fuck you. So I had to take a really step back and really think about me and my presence and what I want to focus my energy on and who I want to focus my energy on. And I was just really lucky to have my family with me. You know, my hubby, Ken, was really supportive. And honestly, I was really at peace in Japan. And I actually am so thankful that it happened in Japan, because honestly, if I was in Los Angeles with this, I feel like I would have been way worse. I mean, because I wouldn't have been able to work. I probably wouldn't have wanted to like freaking leave my house. And in Japan, I went to a hospital, and it was crazy actually, because we went to literally 5 different hospitals all around Tokyo. Most of them wouldn't take me because I don't have Japanese insurance. So then we had to go hospital to hospital. And then finally we found a clinic who would give us a referral to a hospital. And then so we had to go from one place to another. this was all with our son, you know, our 2-year-old. And we finally found a hospital who took care of me, who ran some exams, checked my ears, and, you know, we had the right diagnosis, Bell's palsy, and I was given steroids and just another medication that's sort of like, I guess they do call it some kind of like virus that's in your body that lives in your body for everyone, but comes out if you have like stress or lack of sleep and stuff like that. And so I was really terrified. I'm actually terrified of medicine in general. I don't know why. I don't like to put things in my body. And so my instincts were correct. And I took this medication and it made me feel so fucking bad. Like I had insomnia for like 2 weeks straight. I couldn't sleep in Japan. I took this medication and my heart would literally start beating out of my chest. Like I couldn't sleep because I felt my heart beat so fast, and which is a natural side effect of steroids. Obviously, if you take it, it gives you insomnia. It makes your heart beat super fast and just like makes you feel like freaking like super jittery and like just really bad. So on top of, you know, my face, then I had to take this medication. So for another week and a half, I felt really bad. And then luckily, the symptoms of the medication started to like slow down a little bit. And we tried to keep really busy in Japan.
Yeah, and actually it was really fun, I'll say that, to shoot you with Bell's palsy, because it's just, you know, a lot of times there's like something bad happen and you can actually make something beautiful out of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you don't realize that like things are not good and bad. I mean, things are always how they are, and there's always good and bad in everything. And it was like a nice reminder of being thankful for what you have in your family and everything.
And just for being healthy in general, you know. And at one point I thought about like, you know what, if I have to make content like this, like for the rest of my life, then I will do it, and I will be that one person. And you know what, if people don't hit me up to collab, and if people don't want to make videos with me, then like that says a lot about them than me, you know. And yeah, it was a really crazy experience, and it made me really think a lot about things. Since then, I have really changed as a person. It completely changed me as a person, and it just made me really appreciate the little things in life and focus a lot on our family and our well-being.
Because we take everything for granted.
Yeah.
I know you do, because until you get sick, you don't nourish your health and you don't give a fuck about no health until you're sick. They say a sick man, a rich man has 1,000 wishes and a sick man has 1 wish. And when you are unhealthy, the only thing that matters is to get back healthy. So why don't you start today and be more healthy? Because even $10 million is not worth your health.
Yeah.
If you die tomorrow, it's completely worthless. Or if you suffer the rest of your life, no matter how rich you are, it is completely worthless. So please, everybody, if you're listening to this, stop eating shit and go to the gym and go to the sun and get a little bit of sunlight and expose yourself to diversity, like a cold plunge or some sort of like sauna or something difficult, so you will learn to overcome difficult things in your life. You need to start with a hike, start with a cold shower. You don't need to be like as crazy as me, but if you want to know, I cold plunge every morning, 3 minutes in 37 Fahrenheit, aka 3 Celsius, and I hate it. Every morning I stand in front of that thing and I'm like, I don't want to go in. Shout out to Sub-Zero, actually, because they hooked me up with cold plunge, and it is my favorite thing. I love it and I hate it. So people are always like, think, oh, you're crazy. They put you into this like superhero thing, like you just like are born strong. No, I was born weak and I was born skinny, and I made something out of myself, and so can you. So this is your signal to start today and start now. Go do some push-ups while listening to this, or right after the podcast. I want you to do at least 10 push-ups. Man, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I just talking about the Bell's palsy thing, it's crazy.
Yeah, don't be that person that has to get sick to appreciate health.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's always this story. I always read this, right? Guy gets brain tumor and like starts living.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that person.
And also, just in general, be a good human. Reach out to people. Like, people are so fucking in their own fucking world that they think making money, followers, fame, and all this shit is way more important than just like being a fucking good human. Like, stop being fucking stuck up. Reach out to people. Be a nice human. Like, just like talk to people. Ask them how their day is going. Text them if they're okay. Like, I feel like in this society, we don't talk to people enough. We don't ask them if they're okay. Like, are you good? Like, do you need anything? Like, are you okay? It's always like, do you want to fucking work? How many followers do you have? Let's collab. Like, bruh, like, no, I'm not okay right now. Like, do you want to know how the fuck I am? Actually, like, did I eat today? Do I need fucking water? Like, am I dying? Like, that's actually what pissed me off more about like what happened. Is just like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck am I surrounding myself with? Like, you people are fucking evil. Hollywood is evil. Like, it's all just one fucking big business, and it's like, it's really shitty. It's really cool at times, obviously, because of the opportunities, but also at the end of the day, like, when I die, I'm not taking my money with me. I'm not taking my followers with me. I'm only taking with me the memories with the people that I spent, my family, all the times that we spent together, the people that made me feel good, and the people that I helped too. You know, it's not all about what you can do or what you're doing. What about what you did for other people? How did you change other people's life? Did you talk to people enough? Text them. How are you doing? How can I help you? Making a difference, you know? I have a completely like, not secret, but like just different friend group. And they're just like, they make me feel so good. And, you know, they don't care about my work. And they're just like good humans. And sometimes I look at them and I'm like, fuck, like, wow, like, you know, like I need people like you in my life. I want people like you. And they actually make me like want to be a better person. They don't make me like want to make more money or like want to post more on social media. No, like they make me like want to be nice and want to be like sweet and just want to bring like good things to people's life. You know, when I meet someone, I want them to feel good when they meet me, and I want them to feel good, and I want to give them a nice hug and just like change their day and change their fucking life. And yeah, I think that's my message and rant.
Yeah, what is your impact? What kind of impact do you have on society and on the people around you if you're not like a followed person, or if you don't fuck with social media?
Yeah.
You should really ask yourself, like, do you impact, are you a complainer? Do you like drag everybody down? Do you tell everybody what they can't do, and do you judge everybody around you? Or do you help your people? Do you like support them? Do you like help them chase your dreams and your own and all the dreams around you? Like, do you lift people up or do you put people down? Because how are there millions of fucking haters online hating on everything? What the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, how much time do you have, and like how much do you hate yourself if you have to go out of your way to hate on somebody that you don't even know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Focus on yourself, get a grip, and spread some fucking positivity for
Spread
once.
some love, some positivity. Stay fucking humble too.
And stop being fucking fake.
Yeah.
What is this nice shit? Everybody's nice these days.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you to be a better person, and nobody tells you like,
And
yo.
nobody tells you the truth. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you're actually being really fucking shitty right now. Like, you're actually a shitty person, to
Yeah.
be honest. So, yeah. I mean, and just like be honest, you know, like, and also in this business, you have to just like understand that most of the relationships are work related, and
I use
people-
you use me.
people don't give a fuck. Like, if you have a paralyzed face, like, I don't care. Like, obviously I can't work with you right now, so bye. And that's just something that comes along with the job. And yeah, as long as you're a good human, and yeah, I feel like that's all that matters.
Yeah, but if you start today, you can be the difference. You can be that friend in your friend group
Yeah.
that is honest with people and tells them what the fuck is up. Like, be that person that is like, yo, like, are you good? Like, why are you eating so much? Or like, why are you always silent? Like let's
Like,
talk about it. Like,
let's
can
talk
I help you? Like, please try this, or this works for me. Can I please tell you? Like, and people are like even offended about that.
Oh
Like,
yeah, gatekeeping is a big thing. People don't want to tell you what works for them.
Oh,
Obviously, people
bro.
don't want to tell you like what to do or like how to be on social media. Obviously, people don't want to make you do better at all than them. As long as you are not doing better than them, they're good.
But
So we don't gatekeep here. We'll be sure to give you all of our tips, all of our advice onto how to have a successful, beautiful, healthy life, not only money-wise, but also just mentally wise, physically wise, emotionally. And yeah, that's why we love being here.
Yeah, and we don't give a fuck about no followers. If you're interesting, you can come on here and you can tell us
Your story.
Your story and what's the right way to live for you and like what works for you. And like it's always, for everybody, it's something else that works. And I just love talking to people. It is so interesting. It's so cool. I think me and Baby J, we don't even talk like this at
so
home.
much, right?
Yeah. No, and we don't like sit down and we're like, yo, like
Just like random topics.
let's talk about like mental health. Like no, like there's always something. The baby always needs something, and there's always something to do. So like I think it's really important that the communication is key, and you don't communicate enough.
Yeah, you don't talk enough.
Express your feelings, express what you need, what you want to do in life, and give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
I think most people don't give themselves a chance. They are stuck in their way and they think they are a certain kind of way and they don't like experience every day who you are because actually you don't have any idea of who you are. I don't know who the fuck I am.
Yeah, I'm still learning who I am. I mean, as you guys can see, if you've been a part of our journey, my journey, I have just like evolved in so many different ways with my TikToks, OnlyFans, Instagram. And it's really fun. It's really fun. I have fun doing it because I'm not just like one person. And when I die, I want to be like, okay, I did everything. Like I tried everything. It was so fun. And I'm living for myself, not to please others. I cannot please my mom. Sorry, Mom. I'm not the perfect daughter. I'm not here to please others. I'm just here to do what makes me happy. And I think that's what's really cool about us too. We're like two big fun balls.
Yeah, we're not fucking people pleaser.
Yeah.
There's way too many people pleaser.
Too many people pleasers out there, yeah.
And it's just sad.
It's really sad. I mean, most even creators and social media people have to be sure to stay in this line. Otherwise, you lose brand deals, you lose money, and they're just like, they're like robots. And I can't imagine how fucking exhausting that must be to be actually somebody you're not, to be honest. Or like, honestly, like I see the videos of like the daily routines or like that, like just daily routines. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's so exhausting. I can't. And yeah, there's not enough like real shit out there. And
you can't be happy if you're not yourself. There is no way.
Yeah.
There's no possibility to be happy if you're not yourself. Only yourself will give you peace and will bring you deep happiness and not those little sparks when you do something that like you're being likable and then people like you and you're like, oh my God, this works for me.
Yeah.
And you follow that and you lose yourself because you only do what people want you to do. And that's why I don't read comments and I don't care if people like it or not, because I will just keep pushing and I will find my crowd and I will find my niche or whatever it is, and so can you. I mean, it's good. Like find your niche, go where you want to do and like do it 100% and don't give in and stop being so likable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really sad and exhausting too, and I think. A lot of influencers are also like they try so hard that everybody loves them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well that was a lot. That was like a lot of information, I feel like. But I do have a really, really fun topic that I feel like we should end it on, like something like cute and spicy. I want to spice it up a bit.
Okay. Let's take a little break and then we'll be right back and we'll go into some drama.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Okay, we'll be right back.
And we are back, everybody.
All right, we're back. We had a little water and a toilet break there.
Man, and we're so happy for everybody that listens to all those things, man. We will have crazy guests on, so stay tuned because really crazy guests are going to come on the show.
Oh, yeah, we have the craziest lineup. And it's really cool because we have a mix of like
Everything.
of everything. Like, it's not just like Instagram or TikTok or OnlyFans. I mean, we have a really cool mix of people coming on here talking about their life, their profession, their success, and we're really excited to share all of that insight with you guys.
Yeah, and there's going to be names that you don't know or you've never heard before, because it's not only about celebs and name dropping. This is about knowledge and education, and you need to talk to a lot of people to get a better perspective on life, and you'll learn really quick. Like everybody's different, and I can't like tell everybody. Well, I can tell everybody to go to the gym, but something else might work for you.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a swimmer. Maybe you don't fuck with the gym. Not
Yeah.
everybody's like a Sioux culture guy.
Yeah.
And like I get that. Like not everybody, but like when something works for you so well, you have that big need to scream it out in the world.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like to my brother, I'm like, oh my God, go in the fucking cold. Like do this, do that, do this, do that. Because I'm like, yo, this shit works for me. I love this shit.
Yeah.
I feel so good.
Yeah.
I feel so good. I want you to feel good too.
Yeah.
I don't want to like judge you, or I don't want to be mean, but like it works for me. And then you can just try it and say, hey, yo, Candy, it doesn't work for me. I hate it. I hate the gym. Leave me alone. And I'll be like, okay, bro. You know, I have friends that are vegan. I have friends that don't work out. I have friends that live a completely
Different life.
9 to 5. And
Yeah.
that's, if that works for you, do you.
Yeah.
It's all about let me do me, and you do you, and I'll be me. So
Yeah.
stop judging me and stop making fun about what I look like, or if I'm shirtless in the fucking restaurant. You know, like everybody do themselves.
Yeah.
And that will bring you peace. And also stop being with the fucking happiness. Everybody's always like, I want to be fucking happy all the time. You cannot be happy all the time. Sadness is nice. When we watch a Disney movie with our son and we both cry, me and my wife. Yo, this is hilarious. We watch what was it, Bruno?
Luca.
Luca. Oh, we cry at every movie, pretty much, bro. Even if I'm that tough gym guy.
Even Shrek. I mean, we're like
Yo.
the meaning of Shrek. I mean, that's
Yo,
crazy.
the Rumpelstiltskin one, bruh. I mean, that shit hits the home, bro.
That shit hits different.
Anyways, if where was going with this? Everybody cries, and it's a part. Oh, being sad is nice.
Yeah.
Enjoy being sad. Enjoy your bad moments. Enjoy the roller coaster, because the sweet moments are only so sweet because the bad moments are so bad. So you need both. It's a yin and yang.
Yeah.
And you cannot be walking. Oh, you actually can walk around happy all the time if you're fucking on drugs and you're like on meth. You'll be smiling all day. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. That's not good for you. So be
God.
sad. Embrace the sadness and do what you gotta do, and like enjoy it, you know, like stop chasing happiness.
Yeah.
Chase peace, chase a family, or a career, a success, a better you, health. There's
Yeah.
many things to chase. Happiness comes by itself, and you will not find yourself in happiness. I always say I love David Goggins. I wish we could have him on one
Oh
day,
my
because he
gosh.
says, quote him here, you will not find, everybody can do happy things, everybody can go on a yacht, everybody can enjoy the sunshine. You will find yourself in suffering, you will find yourself in the darkest moments. Then you will really find yourself, and you really see what you're made out of when you're cold, when you're miserable, when you have to fight, when you have to get up and nobody else is getting up. When you're that one person that gets up, you'll find yourself.
Yep, and that's totally true. I mean, I found myself the most. I was at my truest form when I had Bell's Palsy, when the whole left side of my face was paralyzed. I was like, holy fuck. And my whole perspective changed. Everything about me changed. And from that day on, I'm not the same.
Yeah, and when you're healthy, you chase 1,000 things. iPhone, Lambos, Rolex. You want all that Gucci. You want all that designer, and
Followers.
you're completely out of it because you don't realize you have it all already. You're a healthy, beautiful human being. You got it all. Bro, I tell my wife every day, yo, look at this. You have a husband that loves you. You have a beautiful child, and life is good. It's all perspective. Everything is perspective. And you need to realize the glass is half full or it's half empty. It's you look at it how you want to look at it. And if you change your perspective, you'll actually find out that every day is amazing, and we live in paradise, and it's the best life ever. And it's so, I hate like people just like get all the complainers out of your life, and separate yourself from all the naysayers, and you'll find out that life is so precious and beautiful and short.
I think that's a wrap. What do you say?
I think that's a wrap. Next time we'll have a guest on again. So be ready for that. Watch out. Put this in your favorites and give it a 5-star rating,
Give this
because
video a
this is the number one podcast, your new number one podcast. And we're so happy to have you here. And we'll be back soon.
We'll be back soon.
Thank you for
Thanks for
listening.
watching and thanks
Yeah.
for listening.
Bye.